start off by saying I've been a amateur radio or ham radio operator for, oh Lord, many years now. I got my first license in 1991, I believe it was. And of course, have been into various other shortwave listening, CB radio, that type of things up until then. But didn't become a fully licensed ham radio operator until later in my life. I was, I think, about 21, 20 maybe years old. And I've been in this game a long time, and I've done a few things that are kind of special to me. I feel like they were accomplishments. I talked to the International Space Station once. Just about any time the International Space Station is nearly always occupied by at least one ham radio operator, and they have a radio on board where occasionally they'll either send down slow scan TV images, or will talk directly to amateur radio operators here terrestrial on the planet. And I've done that once, and that's a pretty big feather in my radio hat, so to speak. And I've talked to a couple of over the years, a couple of famous people that are also ham radio operators. But today I had a new one. This was a first for me, and I don't think it doesn't happen to many hams through their entire lives, but it happened to me this morning. Last night, or overnight this morning, we had a huge solar flare hit the Earth. And when these solar flares hit the Earth, they do a lot of weird things in our atmosphere as far as radio propagation. It can wreak havoc on our electrical infrastructure. It can do all kinds of weird things. And this morning, of course, being a weekend, the ham bands are usually pretty happening. So I thought, well, I'm going to scan through the band and see what's going on. And it was fairly active. A lot of people out of Europe, a lot of people coming in out of Eastern and Central Europe. So I picked a frequency that was clear and started sending CQ and my call. And I didn't get an answer right away, so I sent it again. And I didn't get an answer right away then either. But about maybe somewhere between 6 and 9 seconds, I'm going to guess later, I heard myself hollering CQ and putting my call out, my own voice. And what that means is it's called long path. I went all the way around the planet. I bounced a signal off the ionosphere all the way around the planet and heard my own transmission in my own receiver. Now, that don't happen very often, folks. Let me tell you, that's a rare thing. I'm only running 100 watts, and I'm using a dipole antenna, which is no more than 2 pieces of wire. That's all it is. There's no structure. There's no anything. I've got 2 pieces of wire that are connected to the end of a coaxial cable, and they're strung between 2 trees in my yard, and that's what I use for HF communications, and that's where I was at. I was in what's called the 20-meter band, and it's one of my favorite bands because it's during the daytime. It's a great place to talk in different places around the world. But today I talked to myself, and that was a first. So at least over the radio, I tend to talk to myself a lot when it's just me. But I've never talked to myself on the radio before, so just wanted to share that with everybody. I know to anybody else out there probably doesn't mean a thing, but it's kind of got me on cloud 9 this morning, so to speak. So anyway, love you, and y'all be good.